During the last 2 months, George Groves has been getting his body and head right in Miami alongside David Hay. He's been spending some time at the new 5th Street Gym in South Beach. The gym opened last September again, with Angela Dundee once again involved. It first opened in 1951, and in 1960, a gangling young kid arrived to be trained for greatness by Dundee. The kid's name was, yes, Cassius Clay. The original 5th Street Gym was demolished in 1994, but the new gym is on just about the same spot, really, except it's on the ground floor and the old gym was on the first floor. Groves has been working there to get ready for his showdown, an extraordinary domestic showdown against James DeGale for the British Super-Middleweight title. That's on May 21st at the fabulous O2. And a pair of so much history. The fight is, I tell you what, it's absolutely fantastic. It's unique in the modern business. Two unbeaten young fighters with devoted followings meeting at this early stage. Still, the fans are lapping it up. And I spoke to George earlier. He trains at this time, so I couldn't get him live. And I started, though, by asking him about his days in the famous 5th Street Gym.
It was brilliant, Steve. They had a fellow there, we called him Miami Jack. Great storyteller. You know, you see these guys all over the world, but he was Miami's finest, and he sort of set the scene of how the old 5th Street Gym used to look, because once the building became condemned, I think, a few years ago, they had to tear it down and rebuild it. So the actual gym is in the same spot. It's just not the same gym, if you get me.
Downstairs as opposed to upstairs.
Yeah, it's downstairs now, as we say, opposed to upstairs. And but they've got all the pictures. They've got pictures of the old 5th Street Gym there, pictures of the fighters that have come and gone, Angela Dundee, obviously Muhammad Ali, who's the best fighter to ever come out of 5th Street, probably ever to come out of anywhere. But yeah, but it's great for history and stuff like that. So you literally have boxing enthusiasts just walk past, see the gym, and want to come in and have a little nose around as well.
And this guy, is it Miami Jack's in there just telling them tall tales?
Yeah, he's there, he loves it. He's obviously a big fan of the gym, and then sort of a big player in Miami as well. And he did tell a good story, and yeah, we were sort of intrigued one day when DeGale turned up a little late for sparring. I was on the end of a nice story about how he met Ali and stuff like that.
So you mentioned that Andre DeGale. You sparred quite a bit with DeGale there, didn't you? 3 or 4 sessions of 8 rounds or whatever it was.
Yeah, I mean, more than that, Steve. We were sparring 2-3 times a week. I was out there 3.5 weeks. He was much obliged. He wanted the sparring as well, so we really got some good work together. Each spar, he was telling me, you keep showing me something new, you keep giving me something to think about. And so he was trying to change and adapt to what I was giving him, and obviously that was forcing me to change and adapt as well. So sure. It really was top quality sparring.
Now, when he was over for that Froch fight, he was fairly unpleasant. Is he a decent fellow? Has he changed since then, or was that all show?
Oh, he's a really nice guy. He's obviously a typical American fighter, sort of with the flash bravado, sort of ego. Gives you plenty of backhanded compliments, but you know, in all, he's a nice guy. He's an intelligent guy. He knows his boxing, and he was quite interesting to listen to.
And now you're out there with David. David, okay, all happy?
Yeah, David's sound. He's one of his happiest places. I think his home from home is Miami. He knows everyone there. He knows where the best places to be, the best places to train. So if you're going to go Miami, you want to go with David Hay, I'll tell you that. And
what about your head, George? We're getting closer and closer to what is a massive fight May 21st at the O2. Where's your head at the moment? In the right place?
Yeah, I'm buzzing, Steve. I really can't wait. I'm just as much excited as I am, focused for like the big event, because I know that this is a huge fight, and it's sort of lived up to what I hoped it would be. Set the O2 Arena, it's pay-per-view. It's the fight that people want to see, the fight that people are talking about, and it's a fight that the fans have been waiting for. So I can't wait to deliver.
Now, generally, when you're in a big fight, George, whether you're fighting someone from overseas or whether you're fighting another British guy, you tend to watch tapes of them. But do you really need to watch tapes of James? I mean, for a start, you fought him. You've been in the same gym with him on and off, maybe at different times, but for a good few years. Do you need to watch tapes of him, or is it in your head?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is in the head, I'd say, Steve. I've watched a few tapes. I mean, the only tape that you really concentrate on is the Paul Smith fight, because I think that was at him at his very best. Sure. So, we prepare for fighters at their best, and we look at, I've been looking at myself when I'm at my worst. So, as long as the worst, George Groves, hate to refer to myself in the third person, but there it is, beats James DeGale, beats the best James DeGale, then I've covered all bases, and that's what I plan to do.
It will take the best James DeGale to beat you, and it will take the best George Groves to beat him to beat James DeGale. In all fairness, George, wouldn't it? Neither of you can win with a bad night.
No, I don't think so. I think we're both great fighters. I think he's a good fighter. He's improved, but he just doesn't have the capability of beating me. So I'm using this man. It doesn't matter whether it was DeGale or anyone. It's a big fight. I'm using it as a stepping stone for bigger things. Not to look past it. I'm 100% focused on this fight because it's a make or break fight for both of us. And the problem for him is he's not going to win it.
It's a make and break fight in many ways because the two of you are unbeaten. You're both, attracting fans and attracting attention. But at the end of the day, it'll be your 12th and about his 13th or 14th. So it's still early days for the pair of you.
Yeah, it's early days, really early days. I've only just turned 23. I've got plenty of years ahead of me. But the best fighters in the world don't hang about. They take risks. They take the serious fights.
This fight is a risk. For both of you. So would you agree it's a risk?
Yeah, he's British champion. He's undefeated. He's doing well. And same for me. I took a risk when I fought Kenny Anderson. I didn't need to fight fighters like that. I could fight fighters who probably got bigger names, but on the slide. Yeah. I'm not doing that. I'm fighting fighters who are on the up. And DeGale's obviously he's only had 10 fights. He's not the fighter he's going to be. But I think after I beat him and do a job on him, he's going to struggle to come back from this because his invincibility, his aura around him that he's created, it will be disbelief. He won't know where to turn.
It's going to be some special night. Now, George, just finally before I let you go, what's the feeling amongst your friends and the people there in West London with regards to tickets? You think we're going to see something special on the night from the crowd, a big old crowd, a noisy crowd?
Oh yeah, 100%. It's been nice for me. I haven't had to do the personal door-to-door ticket stops, but people who usually come in and say, can I have 8 or 9 tickets, are coming in and saying, can I have 50, 60 tickets?
Lovely.
Everyone wants to come to this fight. I have friends coming in saying, I'm having rows at work. This guy is saying he don't like DeGale, but he wants him, but he thinks he'll win. And they're saying to me, I want you to win. I said, because you need to win. I've had a lot of money on you. I get to say to people, but as long as you haven't taken personal bets, 50-50 bets, you take yourself down the bookies. You can get 4-1 on me at the moment.
It's not bad, is it?
It's not bad at all for a tools race, is it, Steve? I don't stand a chance.
4-1 in a tools race, George. It's not even worth you showing up. According to those odds.
If I was a superstitious man, I know exactly where my purse would have been going. 24 hours before the fight. Yeah. But I expect the price to come in because
so do I.
People, I think people took notice when we were both together. People thought it was going to be the other way around. I was going to fold under his presence, but he didn't. He folded under my presence, and it's going to be exactly the same on May 21st. When he's close to me, he can't stand it, and that's what's going to be the key to winning this fight.
You know what, George? It's bubbling along fantastically. Listen, I'll speak to you probably on the head-to-head on the 19th of May.
Okay,
George,
mate.
Thanks for your time tonight.
No worries, Steve. Take care, pal.
That was George Groves talking to me a bit earlier about his fight coming up against James DeGale, which is going to be on May 21st. Lots of boxing between now and then. This